You're
time
welcome.
today. I really appreciate it.
you. Question for you.
Yes.
How'd you hear about it?
Google.
Google? Nice.
Yeah.
And was it like reviews? What was it that?
Reviews. I looked really honestly. You had the most prompt response. But
Right.
when I had saw your quote, it was like I feel like it was computer generated based off what I said. So I was like, oh my goodness, let me reach out, and then you responded right away.
Oh, good. So speed to the quote got us the job.
Yeah, definitely.
Love it. Love to hear it.
Okay, so you don't have to take my word for it. You heard it firsthand from one of my customers. She found us on Google, went to our website, used InstaQuote to get a super fast and professional estimate for what she was looking to get done. In this case, it was a gutter cleaning on a commercial building that she was the manager of. Obviously, when you're dealing with commercial properties, there are a couple more hoops that you have to jump through, like providing a certificate of insurance as well as a W-9. And I did want to mention real quick that we are offering 50% off the first 3 months of Quote IQ, which also gives you access to InstaQuote in the ultimate tier. So check it out. This offer is only available at myquoteiq.com. Okay, so after we get all the paperwork submitted and we get corporate approval, the local folks give us the go-ahead, we get out there and we go to work. Now, this one was a little bit unique because most of the time when we're dealing with commercial properties, they don't get online quotes. Typically, I like to go out and meet with the folks. I like to ask some questions. Now, this was not a huge job, and the pricing that I have set up on InstaQuote is the same pricing that generates quotes within Quote IQ, and these are set up for residential accounts. Fortunately, the pricing was acceptable, and more than anything, I just think that she was happy that she got a quick price. She got a response from my team when they were requesting the documentation needed to proceed, and this goes back to why speed to the lead is so important. The faster that you respond, the more jobs that you get. It's that simple. And this isn't just me saying that. You heard the manager of this commercial facility say it. And there is data out there that backs all of this up. Did you know that reducing your lead follow-up time from 10 minutes to 5 minutes can increase your conversion rates by over 900%? And basically what that means is the faster that you reach out, the more jobs that you're going to get. And 82% of homeowners expect to hear from you within 10 minutes. 78% of deals go to the businesses that reach out first. And I know it's crazy, but like the data shows that if you are able to respond within 1 minute of getting a lead in, you're 391% more likely to convert that to a sale. And if you're ignoring this data, if you're still setting up a specific date to go out and give estimates, or if you're not returning calls until the end of the day, basically you're just not being as responsive as what customers expect for you to be. And you're going to lose jobs because of this, and you're going to make closing jobs a lot more difficult on yourself. And I know that there are folks out there that are intimidated by remote quoting or using something like InstaQuote because they think that they lose control over the estimate. But it actually is just the opposite. All pricing is based on your numbers, the pricing that you input into Quote IQ, which generates the estimates for the customers. It's your business. These are your prices. And utilizing this technology allows you to be lightning quick in the quoting process, beating your competition to the punch, probably before they even get the phone call, because you've already provided your customers with an estimate so fast that they're probably just going to go ahead and get on the schedule, because that's what people want. It's the world that we live in. Just like the lady said earlier, it's almost impossible to get people to call you back or show up. And that's our job, to do these very things, right? How can you run a business if you're not going to call people back, if you're not going to get back to them in a timely manner? It just makes you look really bad, and they're just going to go on to the next person on Google. And look, they want instant gratification, and that's exactly what InstaQuote does. And I use it a bunch of different ways. Obviously, it's on my website. I send it via text message and email all the time. If I get a voicemail or a message, I just send them a link directly to the InstaQuote page, which allows them to fill out all the information, get their pricing. I've got QR codes set up with it too in various places, so people are always able to generate quotes on their own by themselves, and then they can also self-schedule if they need to. And the beauty of it all is it also gives options, right, for all the other services that we offer. So it's like we're always upselling. They might not actually get any of these services performed at this time, but they see them. They might click on them, they might get a price, and that is a surefire way to increase your average ticket price. Another thing that I've heard from some people is they're worried that they'll underbid because they aren't actually getting out there and seeing it firsthand, thinking that if they don't see the property, they can't give a good quote. Maybe there are some unseen issues. Maybe it's dirtier than they anticipated, and it's going to take longer than anticipated. And these are all valid concerns, right? And that is the beauty of what we do, how I quote, and why we built InstaQuote. You are the one that sets the pricing. So you can can price everything out as a worst case scenario. And what I mean by that is if you give a price for, say, linear footage on something like gutters, as was the case earlier with this customer, you simply use pricing as if every foot of the gutter is going to be completely packed with nasty, right? Or if you're doing a house wash, imagine it's the dirtiest house that you would ever clean and use that square foot price. This is going to protect you from underbidding or underquoting. And also within the terms and conditions that we attach to every single estimate, there is verbiage in there that should there be extenuating circumstances or the information provided by the customer is not entirely accurate, we do reserve the right to adjust the price accordingly. And sure, there have been times over the years where a job may have been underbid, but if you quote intelligently, you know your numbers, you're probably not going to lose money. You just won't make as much money as you thought you were going to do. And for every job like that, there is a job like this where we quoted worst case scenario and the job happened to be best case scenario, which means it is unbelievably profitable. And again, we run into both scenarios. So it's really a game of averages, which pretty much eliminates any fear for me personally that I'm going to be losing money on any job. So I guess the real question is the fear of underbidding a job and not making as much profit as you might if you stepped foot on the property, shook hands, kissed babies, right? Laid eyes on everything, or worse, that you not get the job at all because you weren't fast enough to the quote and your competition beat you to it. But the bottom line is the faster that you can get back to your customers with a solid quote, with a professional quote, the more likely you are to close more business. And that is what this video is about. I hope you enjoyed it. Do not forget 50% off the first 3 months of Quote IQ. And you can check that out at myquoteiq.com. And I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this.
We've put together the most intensive training the industry has ever seen. Over 6 hours of in-depth training on the best methods for cleaning houses, roofs, driveways, and every other surface you might encounter on a residential job site. How to wash covers, the chemicals to use, how to mix them, the equipment, the best methods to make you the most efficient and profitable you can be. Safety and property protection, specialty chemicals, as well as pro tips, and so much more. We've helped 4,500 students get their ECP certification, which means How to Wash delivers and continues to deliver because it's yours to keep and review forever. We've also included an extensive Q&A section in each module, which gives you even more information at your fingertips. How to Wash is less than the price of one house wash, so don't wait. Click the link below.